Okay, guys, welcome. Thank you for clicking on the video. I appreciate it. Today, it's going to be a very quick video. I want to speak about UFC 249, and particularly I want to speak about two events. It was a fantastic card. I really enjoyed the lack of the audience. I felt that the commentators got to speak more about the fights, and the fighters, I'm not sure of how much it affected the fighters. And for me, it was a lot more entertaining. Now, the walkouts, of course, couldn't match the walkouts of a live event. But in terms of the actual fight, I felt it to be a much better experience. And there are two things that I want to talk about today, because I have posted on Reddit and I got absolutely lambasted when I spoke about this. And I think I'm right, but they think I'm wrong. The first thing I want to talk about is the stoppage between Dominic Cruz and Henry Cejudo. The second thing then is Tony's corner and how they failed him, and especially when you compare it to Trevor Whitman, and his advice was, I wouldn't say critical, but extremely beneficial to Justin Gaethje. So firstly, we'll talk about Henry Cejudo and Dominic Cruz. Now, I really like both fighters, and going into this fight, I had the nervous jitters when I was watching it, because I like both of them and I didn't want any of them to get knocked out, to be honest. But as we know, Henry Cejudo won, and there's a lot of controversy over the stoppage by referee Keith Peterson. Now, when I saw it, I thought it was a fine stoppage, but I have seen a lot of debate online on whether it was too early. I saw Big John McCarthy on his podcast weighing in, which is with Josh Thompson, you can find it on YouTube. He said for a title fight, in his opinion, it was too early. Slightly. He said in the title fight you should give them the benefit of the doubt, and maybe I would let them get knocked out. Now, I disagree with that. So let's watch it from when they start after the brief stoppage when Cejudo was cut on his head. Let's watch it from there. Okay, so we're at 17 seconds left. There's the knee. Now watch. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. And he steps in. Just viewing that, for me, without diving into it, I think it's a very good stoppage. Now, a lot of the arguments for why it shouldn't have been stopped is because because Dominic was about to get off the cage. But I think he looked like he was knocked out before that, and we'll go through here. Okay, so I'm going to slow it down to a quarter of the normal speed, so you can really see blow by blow. And I want to see when the ref made the decision mentally to step in, because that's important. Because when Dominic is on the ground flat out, if that's when the referee made the movement to go in, it doesn't matter that Dominic then got up after that point. It's a split second decision. Okay, so let's watch. Slow motion. Big knee. Stupid of him. Big knee, he's down. Now he's down, obviously, but you can see he's looking at him, he's still conscious. He's trying to get up. Smack. And he's down. Okay, down. Hit. For me, this was Dominic's opportunity right here to get up. He's getting hit multiple times without being protected. And it's here where he should have went to the fence first and got up, or he needs to Granby roll, or he needs to grab Cejudo's legs, which looks like it could have been grabbed. But this was his opportunity to save himself. Okay, but let's see what happens next. He gets hit and he goes down to the floor. Now he's on the floor, shoulders out, not defending himself. Again, the referee hasn't jumped in at this point. He's still giving him the opportunity to fight and to get up. Now, still the referee at this point has not jumped in. Cejudo is continuously hitting him in the head. Dominic's left arm is out there by itself, not defending. His right arm, he's just putting his head into his elbow. But the ref at this point has still not stepped in. Now I want you to watch very closely how his body reacts to the next strike or two. There, right there. He's flat out. His head is on the canvas. His left arm is going back home, it looks like, and his right arm is flat out. He looks right here on this frame to be knocked out. And if you're the referee, I think that's a good stoppage, because that's what the referee made his decision of. The referee moves closer here to stepping in, and then he steps in. And he takes a hit like that on the ground, and you can see the referee is going to move in. So he looked knocked out. His left arm was completely out of action. His forehead was on the canvas, and he still takes another hit. And is this where... and so I think the stoppage was decided on this frame. He looked knocked out, his left arm wasn't in action, his head was on forehead, and Cejudo had him caught and was smacking him in the face. And I think that's why the referee decided to stop it, and I have no issue with it. He gave him the opportunity to get up when he first started getting hit by Cejudo on the ground, and he started moving towards what looked like the centre of the octagon, and then he rotated back to the fence. But he looked like a fish out of water, just scrambling on the ground. I think it was a fine stoppage. Now, regards to the remarks that Dominic Cruz is making about Keith Peterson smelling of alcohol and cigarettes, and he does sound like he smokes a lot, I don't know. I'm sure the UFC will make sure that their referees are not drinking on the job. So that's Henry Cejudo, and that's Dominic Cruz, and that's the stoppage. I believe it's a fine stoppage. I don't think Dominic Cruz has really any space to argue against it. And I'm disappointed that he's taken it so hard and that he's attacking the referee's character when I think it was a decent stoppage. And many other people think it was a decent stoppage as well. Okay, so now we have coming up the Tony Ferguson versus Justin Gaethje fight. And what I want to talk about specifically is Eddie Bravo's corner advice at the end of round 3. Because I posted about this on Reddit, and I get downvoted to hell because everybody thought that I was wrong. And that just because I am not a professional fighter, or because I don't have any experience in managing a team or something like that, or being a coach, and I'm not allowed to have an opinion, and apparently I don't have 2 eyes or 2 ears. Okay, so it's coming up now, and I want you to look at Tony Ferguson's face and then listen to what Eddie Bravo says. So Tony Ferguson's getting destroyed. His face is getting cut up to shit. And Eddie Bravo walks in and says, "Wow, beautiful, cut up. You might need to throw an Imanari, you know." Let's continue. He asks him how he feels, and and Tony says he's good, obviously. Looking beautiful, man. If you're getting beat in a fight and your ego isn't allowing you to recognize that you're getting beat, and therefore you should change your tactics, you need your corner to be able to do it. Eddie Bravo came up and said, "Wow, beautiful. Maybe throw an Imanari roll, you know." He asked him how he is. Tony says he's fine, obviously. And then he says, "Looking beautiful." I mean, let's go.
Justin Gaethje.
And that's it. That's all we see anyway. Now, at the end of the 4th, I won't look at it, but a black guy comes and gives Tony advice, and it's a lot better. He says you need to get in and get out, and needs to control the distance better. Okay, so here we have Justin laughing and giggling a bit, and let's see how Trevor corrects him.
The last time you got too comfortable, yes, you got stopped.
Twice.
Okay?
Yes, sir.
Look at me. You be sharp as a motherfucker.
Yeah.
He immediately recognizes that Justin is getting a bit hyper. And what does he do? He puts his finger directly in his face, which is disrespectful. Now, obviously, he didn't mean it that way, but it can be. If you go to a bar and put your finger in someone's face, it's a sign of disrespect, and it's give me your attention. It's telling them to give me your attention. And he tells him, you need to cop on. What happened last time you got knocked out? Once. Justin correctly said twice. He said, you need to be as sharp as fuck here. He had no problem being aggressive to Justin and telling him what he needed to hear. Whereas contrast that with Eddie, who for some reason didn't have the confidence to be able to tell Tony, what you're doing is not working, we need you to try something else, etc. What does he do? He compliments him and compliments him, saying, you're doing beautiful work, just maybe throw an eliminatory roll. I think that is ridiculous. I think that's terrible corner advice, and I think that the entire game plan for Tony fighting Justin was awful. But yeah.
Expect he's going to come out. He's going to roll at your legs. Keep chopping the leg.
There. And just as you saw there, Trevor even said, expect him to roll at your legs. Trevor Whitman is a great coach, apparently. And just from what I see here, is very good at giving advice. This is what you want in your corner. You want them to tell you what you can't see yourself. And you want them to keep you on track. Keep you on the game plan.
And keep doing damage. Be sharp.
Gotta be nice as a coach.
Fantastic corner advisor by Trevor Whitman. So, guys, that's just what I wanted to talk about. They're the 2 points I wanted to bring up. They're my opinion on them. If you agree, if you disagree, let me know, and let me know your reasoning behind it. I may not have any professional fighting experience, or I'm not a coach, but I still have 2 eyes and 2 ears, and I can make judgments of what I see. If you disagree with me, let me know. It's absolutely fine. So thank you very much for watching, if you did click on the video, and have a very nice day.